He was born in Leytonstone, just outside of London.
The son of a greengrocer.
As a child, he was very much a loner.
But he was very quietly ambitious.
He was shy in certain ways, and yet he was sort of very exhibitionistic in other ways.
He would read movie journals.
He was fascinated by movies.
The Hitchcock family were very staunch Roman Catholics, and Hitchcock was raised as a Roman Catholic, going to a Jesuit high school. And of course, the Jesuits had an enormous influence on his life. One of the key things about Jesuit education is that every year a student undergoes the spiritual exercises of St. Ignatius Loyola, in which somebody like Hitchcock would see himself as a sinner, being guilty for this, and then confessing to emerge resurrected as an Easter Sunday. This is the purification of the soul, and that is the paradigm of every Hitchcock film.
His movies dwell on metaphors for original sin, because oftentimes his protagonists commit some sin and they pay terribly for it for the rest of the story. Rich and Strange is a picaresque adventure about a couple who'd come into some money. They decide to take a voyage to look for adventure. Now that is always a mistake in Hitchcock. Once they go on this whirlwind vacation, they get into danger that looks like they're going to die. They see the cruelties of life, and it's altogether a very educational experience for this couple.
He had gone to a Jesuit boarding school, and he was petrified of the teachers, the men there. So he understood the emotion of fear, and he was trying to translate that to his films.
He knew how to create a kind of seesaw effect where you're in suspense because you both want something bad to happen and don't want something bad to happen. And that's perverse, you know. That was, Hitchcock understood that perversity in audiences.
His view of life is that you have to be extremely careful or it will destroy you.
In 1920, Hitchcock saw this ad for a company called Famous Players Lasky, which was a component of Paramount Studios. It was Paramount coming into England.
They were making a movie and they needed someone to do the illustrations on the title cards. This is obviously in the days of silent movies. And so 21-year-old Alfred Hitchcock stays up all night and draws these wonderful title cards. And he took it into Famous Players Lasky, where he got a job right on the spot. Famous Players Lasky was taken over by Michael Balcon, one of the great cinema entrepreneurs in England at the time. Balcon took a shine to this very ambitious and very knowledgeable young artist. And he nurtured Alfred Hitchcock. He became a set designer, an assistant director, and finally, Balcon allowed him to direct a movie.